It's showtime. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh, okay. Just checking. But don't say diddler 3 times. Word has it that Puffy will appear. Oh man, I'm petty like Fitty, man. I love it. All right, so I just realized that for the people who are asking for Georgia, I already did a Georgia right to travel. So we're jumping to Minnesota. Eh? Let's take a look, see what they got going on over there. Then we're going to finish up with Wyoming, and I'm going to get off and get some, not that way, you perverts, and I'm going to get some food because I'm hungry and I'm tired. Ah, no, we don't need that. We need that. Okay, let's see here. Going to Minnesota. I think Minnesota is part of the Midwest, right? Do it. Let's does it. Do it. I did it. Okay. All right. So in Minnesota statute, section 168.012, vehicles exempt from tax and registration. What does it say? It says that exemptions apply to snowmobiles and all-terrain vehicles, vehicles owned by non-residents used for personal transportation. Well, la ti da, Minnesota. You guys are pretty cool. Y'all on the ball. Minnesota's not even hiding it. They're like, yeah, you are exempt. Look at this. Y'all seeing it? Vehicles exempt from tax and registration. Vehicles owned, notice they didn't say motor vehicle, vehicles owned by non-residents, non-residents. Non-res, your identity. Non-resided, the entity, which is your all capitalized name. Used for personal transportation. They say it. But only if registered in another jurisdiction. So one, this is cute. They added that on here. Now the reason they can say this, let's back off for 2 seconds. The reason why they can say that part of it is because if your vehicle, this is why it's stupid to just have private on your plate. Think of it as $1 million yacht on the ocean, and you're on it by yourself. And here, me and my boys and some G's and some La Familia, some family members, and we finna G you because your plates just say private. Your plates are a flag for the vehicle to know under which and in which jurisdiction that vehicle is party to. If I don't see an American flag, if I don't see a G flag, you ain't rocking the right colors. We finna take your shit, player. So in this world, yes, your vehicle plate matters. Now, some people rock plates, and I'll even admit my first 1 or 2 attempts to get it right were wrong. That's why I got rid of the videos and put up new and better ones. They put things on their plates that are technically not true. Be careful about that. Do not use the state or the government. Do not use their logos. How are you trying to tell them that you're private, but you're using the state's symbols? They can get you for that. That is then a fictitious plate. If you're going to claim that you are like a dignitary and you're not, that's fraud. If you make your plates look too close to theirs, fraud, copyright infringement, fictitious plate, etc., etc., etc. Don't do it. You should not be trying to hide what you're doing. One, that's not the American way. And two, the law states these things as facts. I've read them. So don't be stupid. Get it right. Keep it tight. Let's get back over there. Have a good day, though. Stay in light. Be blessed. I like to throw a little positive godness in there every once in a while because I know the demons and the haters, it makes their black, gooey, non-soul innards bubble a little bit. All right, so what do we got here? Minnesota's biggest gaps, which is your advantage. Gap A, no status requiring non-resident private vehicle registration. Why can't they do that? Because they can't regulate anything truly private side. Now, in my other video, I explained to you guys how down the middle of the line, one side is private, one side is public. They cannot regulate anything that is private side. But if you bring a little bit of that privateness over to the other side, a little bit in is all in. We're not playing just tip for those people who know that game. It's a horrible game, by the way, but can lead to great things. It's probably how most of us got here. Oh, yeah. So, but they can regulate and can only regulate that which is theirs, created in their jurisdiction by them, or something you brought to them. And remember, there's no law that says you have to register anything unless you're doing commercial activities. So once again, shout out to Minnesota because I know you guys are going to hear about this. Their term resident is used dozens of times, but it's never defined under Title 168. This is a major no-no from the legal level. A lot of times they like to leave it open like this, so it's subject to interpretation, but this can be used against them. I'm not going to go into exactly how and where. If you're smart, you'll figure it out. All I can say is, depending on what you got going on, this can be a game changer right there for a lot of people. So I'm giving you heads up, Minnesota Legal Department, legislative staff. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm doing you guys a solid. I know some of y'all don't like me, but that's okay. Bitch, you ain't gotta like me. I keep spilling Cristal on my white tea. The truth is the truth, though. I just find it funny that they're probably gonna be watching clips of this in their back room, and I get to talk shit in rooms that I will never be able to set foot in. Woo, 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 woo. Let the howl be heard. And, all right. So we know that motor vehicle, driver, drive, operate, transport, reside, rescind, revocate. We know those are all their words. And they're commercial, they're public, maritime. Black Laws Dictionary, U.C.C. They can only regulate the public. But remember, if you're already on their side, you can make your vehicle private in their jurisdiction. That's called having a private entity on the public side. That's why certain things like certain police stations, you can't do a FOIA request. Why? Why can't you FOIA the police? Because they're not a true governmental bureau. If you want to know the truth, they're actually a private entity for profit for only U.S. 14th Amendment citizens. But they are so charged that if you, a private citizen, how they refer to us, create an event, endanger public safety, do something criminal, you have removed yourself from the private, waived your right to being private as long as you're not doing any harm, damage, crime, criminal activities. They can't touch or do anything to you. I mean, in the moment, might makes right, but they're doing something illegal and dangerous, financially and physically. So don't be a belligerent or combatant out there. Do no harm. Minnesota's Title 169, 69, regulates traffic. Historically, that refers to commerce on highways. Traffic is a commercial term. It's a public term. They regulate public things, but not travel, traveler, and private conveyances. They have no regulation over your natural rights, but they do over commercial fleets, truck taxation, fuel tax enforcement, reciprocity for interstate commerce, but no legislative intent to regulate private travel because they can't. Once again, some more basic court cases that back up what we're talking about. Your travel, and once again, some the naysayers say, well, travel just means going from here to there in your vehicle. No, that's called driving. Travel is in whatever form as long as it's private. And that is a fundamental constitutional liberty that cannot be restricted without compelling justification. In other words, the federal court would have to remove, relieve, rescind, take away, revoke, deny, cancel your constitutional rights. Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, etc. All that. And they'd have to have a good reason to do it, and they're not going to do it. And only an Article 3 judge can do it in the federal court. Some people argue there are really no true Article 3 courts anymore, but federal court and the Supreme Court are the best we got. Okay, that's it. Supreme Court is shit. Federal takes on the other stuff, every little bit of everything. But they're not going to jump into your problem or help you. You have to say, I authorize the federal government and all agencies and subsidiaries of such to be involved in my right to travel or any American's right to travel. You are so charged with protecting us. I authorize you to do full investigations. I authorize you to create a manual to give to all law enforcement agencies and internal government agencies on this fundamental right before the lawsuits. Create a manual. Send it all to all the agents, all the municipalities, all the states, counties. Create that manual. Give it to them. Instruct the law officers on how to deal with this properly before the lawsuits start. If not, you are in derelict of your duty in office as a public trustee. We, the people, are authorizing you to do such. Practical arguments to use in Minnesota that there's no statutory duty for non-resident private travelers or private citizens or state citizens. Resident is undefined. Section 168.09. So if they're trying to get you as a non-resident, they better have a definition for it. Otherwise, that could be unenforceable. They cannot regulate anything that they don't own, and they own the public. Private is not. Driver, motor vehicle operation, transportation. If those words are used anywhere in what they're going against you with, and you're doing right to travel properly, It is a fictitious ticket. It lacks merit, has no standing because you're not in commercial entity, operation, activity. The state cannot convert a right into a privilege. Even though the activity itself is so close, it's a matter of what you're doing in the event. What does the event, and always vet your information. What does the event say? So sometimes when I'm doing court cases, I've got people and they're like, yeah, Wolf, I was doing right to travel and those stupid mean cops and la 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 la. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's look at your event. Do you have your vehicle in a private entity? Has the DMV been updated? What do your plates look like? What ID are you using? And they're like, well, I mean, I didn't do all of that. Well, then you are driving. Now, I can help you fight from the driver's perspective with your tickets. There's ways to deal with that. There's ways to deal with that. But you have to do it right. You can't shortcut. I didn't build all this shit for y'all to be like, I'm just going to be like doing it my way. Okay, go ahead. And that's why you're going to get the results that you're going to get, which is bothered. And then you're not going to know how to fight properly. And then you're going to look stupid. They're going to call you a sovereign citizen. And then you're like, this stuff doesn't work. It's stupid. And that's what they want. So, yeah, go ahead. Or do it right and watch all of my videos on it. I have a whole right to travel folder. You can go to my YouTube channel, scroll down to the playlists, find either the one that you want to watch all those videos, or go farther to the right. Search bar. How do you know it's a search bar? Because it's got a magnifying glass like this. In that search, right to travel, or just YouTube in general. Badwolf, right to travel. It all pops up. Okay, one more, and then I'm off to eat my dinner because I was getting hungry. All right, guys, hit that bell, like, and subscribe. You know the thing. Welcome to the tribe. Appreciate you. Happy holidays. Oh, blessed holidays. Excuse me. Use the H word.